Welcome back, everybody, to Rimworld, and despite the fact that I keep saying I won't leave raids till tomorrow, I've decided to leave a raid till today's episode. So we're going to start off with something pretty explosive here, maybe quite literally, given that they are turning up by the looks of it with rocket launchers. I think the wild men, by the way, you know I said that we've got wild men obviously coming through, setting off the kill box traps. It looks as if they might be fleeing from the raids, but it does say that this guy's consuming red lentil. So I guess it's just if there's food on the floor, they'll go for it. Probably why whenever we've got a big harvest coming in, they'll all rush through the kill box simultaneously looking for food. I can only assume that's the case. On the subject of food, the mod developer of the web-based survival mod actually left a comment in yesterday's episode that I pinned to the top just for everyone's information, but I'll just quickly recap for those of you who missed it. Apparently the tremendous raids are now fixed, so rather than us fighting 20 panthers, chances are we are going to be up against a pretty tremendous wave, which, like I said in my reply to that, not sure if that's good news or not, because it might end the series, but hey, we'll see how that goes. Along with that, apparently the mod maker also said that we don't really need to grow food, because the orbital trade beacon, the resupply, will give us essentially the food we need on a daily basis, including prisoners as well. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to completely remove all the food, but I'm going to shrink it down so that we can still have a good stock of lavish meals, because I assume it doesn't drop us off lavish meals, probably just your baseline sort of packaged survivor meals. In fact, it's got to be, right, because I haven't been buying those. Maybe your simple meals as well. I would like to keep the lavish meals around just because they're quite a nice, safe little mood boost for very little effort, in my opinion. So we'll keep a little bit of the farm, but we certainly won't get any bigger than this, let's put it that way, despite the amount of people we've got in the base right now. Speaking of which, those new people, I'm getting them re-equipped with some decent guns rather than just sort of hand cannons and SMGs and other garbage like that. The ones that are equipped, I'm going to get them into position here because I wonder if we're going to have enough space on the kill box for all of these guys. We might have to get some to the secondary kill box or start a second layer. The only issue with that is obviously if they get if they end up shooting each other in the back, which is a possibility. Now, another thing is, the comments yesterday suggested that, in fact, even though it says Tier 2 Android, these guys are still Tier 3 Androids, and I wasn't wrong in my assumption. Apparently, like, the health tab or the information tab or something will tell us. Yeah, it does say that, look. So it says Tier 2 Android there, but it does clearly say Tier 3 Android on Bradford. So I will assume that the same thing applies, that these guys still get that good movement speed, despite the fact they're listed as Tier 2 there. I assume it's actually the race that matters, not their label, so fingers crossed there. Okay, so who are not squadded up right now? So we've got Bradford, needs to get him into position. Cleaning Bot, let's get you into position somewhere as well. We're just going to have to sort of pick and choose depending on what areas we've got left. We are up against roughly 23 enemy androids. The guy with the rocket launcher is not downed yet, so just bear that in mind. He is leading the pack, though, so we might get taken out by these traps. No, he's not been pushed back too far. He has taken a lot of damage, so we might not need to worry about him, but I still am because he's a man with a rocket launcher, and I think that's safe. You can say that about many things in life. What are we looking at here, then? So Repairbot 2 is out for the count, sort of. We could draft him up, and it wouldn't really affect things, because, of course, he is a robot, so lying in a hospital bed, it's going to make absolutely zero difference. Let's get you into your defensive position. Oh, shit, we actually don't have a position for this guy, huh? We'll put him there. How are we looking with, where's Noah and where's Oscar? They're just getting themselves equipped as well. It's going to be too late by the time these guys get here, but we can at least set them up positions for the next raid, right? Okay, there's the guy with the rocket launcher. Everybody focus fire on that, for God's sake. Take him down. Bring him down, Legolas. Don't let him fire. That was very good. Okay, that was nice. I'm glad we did that in hindsight. Otherwise, that could have been very, very messy. Turrets are firing, yeah? They're not set to hold fire. They aren't. Good. I think this is going to be a fairly straightforward and very safe raid. We've got to deal with these corpses quickly. Someone's been knocked down. Cremation Bot. Not Cremation Bot. Have mercy, for God's sake. He's the guy that's going to tidy all this crap up afterwards, so if we lost him, that would be pretty tragic. Okay, let's get Oscar and Noah also in position. We should stand them behind the turrets, because that way our people aren't going to get shot. Makes a lot of sense. I want to set up these defensive zones before we send everyone back on their way. So it'll also give the enemy time to obviously get the hell out of our kill box too. So let's put them in position. Oh, well, there goes the turret, so never mind. Is that everybody in a decent position then? Is that every single one of the colonists? I believe it is. Okay, good. So we'll save that as defensive positions then. And then next time, we've got everyone ready to go. They're all now nicely equipped as well. We do need to get some offhand tools for them at some stage. So, for example, the new guys, all these many new people we've recruited here, obviously don't have the correct tools. They also need names and jobs. And there's a lot of sort of micromanagement here. I've got to rename more based on what they're good at too, just for, you know, our sake, so that we can more easily decide what their jobs are, etc. Okay, besides that, though, obviously we've got more people in the prison as well. We're trying to recruit some more Tier 3 androids. Might be kind of overkill. I don't know if we're going to start getting diminishing returns after a while. There's always jobs to be doing, though, right? So I'm not going to lose too much sleep over having... I don't think we can really have too many colonists when it comes to androids, especially even if the if the orbital trade beacons do drop us meals. There's no reason not to have as many people as we can get at that stage. Tier 4 android. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's great news. Construction bot. Capture him. Tier 4, and he was a researcher as well. He has a high intellectual skill. We could turn him into another assimilation bot. But a tier 4 android is fantastic news. Oh, there's also another robot just lying around there. Let's also rescue Hal. He should, in theory, immediately join us. Man, Smeltbot is moving some serious speed, huh? Oh, my God. The robot he was carrying woke up and then he got shot. Oh, come on. Really? Someone thought an innocent prisoner died. Does that count as an innocent prisoner dying? It's very convenient that he would get... Oh, we lost the tier... Damn it. Okay, fine. Rescue Construction Bot then. Construction Bot's out for the count for a few days. That's really tragic because, of course, he's the guy in charge of actually building the damn base. Right, so Noah, what are you good at? You are a repair bot right now. I'm kind of not so happy about that because he's not really skilled at anything, really. But hey, we could do as much repair as possible. So you're repair bot number 3, I believe. Repair bot 3. Oh, no, the repair bot 4 now. Wow, okay, damn. So you're repair bot 4, and then we've also got Bradford. Bradford is a build bot. Okay, so he can be construction bot number 2. So construction bot 2, and then... Oh, there's not enough room. I'm just going to call him builder bot, because that also sounds a lot better too. Builder bot 2, there we go. Then we've also got Oscar, who is good at nothing besides... He's another cremation bot. Okay, so I'll just rename him to cremation bot 2. There we go. And then, what are we looking at? Is that everybody now? Builder bot, repair bot. I just need to get some more tools. We definitely need a lot more of these wrenches, because the fact that they just increase work speed rather than success chance is just such a massive bonus. Let's get a couple more of those turned out as well. Now, I will note that last time he did build it out of plasteel, which is a massive pain in the ass. I would rather you just build it out of, like, I guess we ran out of steel, maybe. Oh, you build them out of wood. Just build them out of wood then. Fuck it. Let's really save on resources. Makes no difference to their actual work speed, just the durability of the weapon itself. It comes wave 70. I've specifically made sure that we've got all of these turrets rebuilt as much as possible. I've also removed this sort of central area that we had that was kind of swampland, lots of trees growing in it, kind of providing cover for them because there was essentially a massive palm tree there right in front of where they were coming into the kill box. Everything's set and kind of ready to go. I do want to obviously expand this a bit more as well when we can and sort of add a few more layers of traps to that. The traps I've genuinely probably saved this colony multiple times now. Here we go. Group of Outlanders from those guys have arrived nearby. Oh, wow. 34, we're looking at grenade launchers. They are dual-wielding grenades again, which is another thing people pointed out yesterday. Lots of power armor in this raid. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I can kind of see there. Probably more. We're looking at shields. We're looking at flak jackets. Oh, man, this is going to suck. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. But you got to bear in mind our people are still massively battered because... Luckily for us, we have not once randomly got the android hospital bed. So, this is still not very good. I'll assume that maybe we should build some more hospital beds then. Oh, also people have quite rightly pointed out that the infestations can happen in the cave as a wave. So, what we need to do is make sure that this cave is either super chilled or super warm or something, just a way to stop infestations as soon as possible. Androids don't care what the work speed is like, or specifically the temperature shouldn't, in theory, affect their work speed. Now, it's also been pointed out to me as well that the roof is going to collapse with this current loadout, so we do need to make some alterations as well, so they're not ended up crushing all our people alive. We'll do something like that. That should hold for the time being. And then I think there was like another one somewhere else, might have been like here, for example, to stop this area caving in. There we go. We'll do something like that. Okay, I'll plan it all out properly later on, but it was just pointed out to me that will collapse with the current orientation. Okay, defensive positions then, I guess, team. As long as everything's relatively built up, I think we should be good. The only one out for the count for this raid then is Builder Bot number 1, but that's not a problem at all. That was the guy that went catatonic, so it's going to be a couple of days before he comes back to us. That, to me, is free power armor line right there. So if we can get that Bloodlust and Greedy, my god. What is that? Marine gloves. Oh, wow. So it's like power armor gloves as well. Gives 0.1 shooting accuracy. That seems pretty decent. Just for a pair of gloves, which obviously don't really have any other... Nothing else that you really want to fill that slot with. Sorry? Edward is broken down, is wandering around confused because of corrupt memory. Oh. Whole body corrupt memory. Is that like a... Is that kind of like maybe trauma savant for androids or something like that? Maybe it's just a random thing they can develop. Very weird. Okay. There might be a surgery just to completely reset them or something like that. Maybe lose some skills. Just speculating here. I have no clue. These guys going down, it looks pretty decent. Now, what I should point out as well, people point out that the brains will decay, not being left in the freezer. I'm going to move them over there. I'm not sure if that's the case or not, but I will just move them over there to be safe. Can't really hurt, can it? Maybe they don't. It doesn't say they're decaying, but I'm going to trust you, comment section. We're going to shift those over at some stage. Well, we've got a spare pair of power armor no one's using. Oh, because it's quite low. It counts as tainted at that. Oh, sorry, tattered, I should say. Okay, let's see what we've got then. Let's see what you guys are... What are they bringing in terms of... Not really bringing in any good weapons. That's probably... We'll get another carbine from it, which is, I mean, kind of irrelevant because everybody's already got carbines. This is just going to be one of those raids that we're doing for sport more than anything else. Finally, they've completed the long journey of getting through the kill box. Oh, God, and then the game instantly speeds up. It's actually kind of nuts. Turn the speed down a little bit. Not that I'm really going to move them around or try and influence it at all, because there's not really much else I can do besides keep them behind the embrasures, huh? Should point out, I have nerfed the embrasures. A lot of people have asked about that. The embrasures no longer give the effectiveness. They give 10% more than sandbags, which I think is actually the new default. I'll double check that in the future. But they are... Cremation bot down again. My God, why did you even bother? Okay, let's deal with these last few raiders. Hopefully I'm not going to get too much rebuilding this time around. Looks kind of safe. Got a couple more trying to smash the walls there. I'm just going to let them go. Let's just send them off to their business, because that way they can gun down any survivors there. Okay, not too terrible. Let's get you over to being rescued. I've got to check whether or not these beds are actually effective, because if they are, I'm going to build up so many of them, because every single time our guys are injured. So we need to make sure that we're at least doing something here, because with the random research, not having these android beds is screwing us just after every single raid, isn't it? We can't leave a raid not being injured. It's always going to happen no matter what. So let's at least double check whether or not these beds are effective, because if they are, I'm going to build a whole hospital of it. Is there any way to check with our current patient, though? That's the only problem. Because what I'm assuming is that if there's an android specific bed, then chances are there's not going to be the regular beds won't do anything, right? Is there any way to check as they're in the bed right now? Surely it'd be like immunity gain speed, maybe something like that might tell us. It's kind of difficult to ascertain, but I think the only thing that can really tell us here is if we look at the immunity gain speed, it just says in bed, which will apply to any bed, regardless of whether or not it was... Actually, that does work for androids. Obviously, they don't need it, but that would kind of imply to me that it doesn't work, because it doesn't give a hospital bed bonus, it's just a regular in-bed bonus. Now, the hospital bed itself, unfortunately, doesn't really tell us anything either, so we can see the android surgery success chance apparently 95%. I mean... I don't know if that's gonna... I mean, it's obviously far less for regular people, but maybe that is giving it a bonus then. I'm not sure. No, just indoors. Multiplier from light. So the bed itself is actually making no difference there to the surgery success. Rest effectiveness 108%, but again, that's probably just the quality of the bed and the actual comfort from the room more than anything else. So I don't think it's necessary. I think maybe just building a whole bunch of beds not in a freezer would help out more than obviously this whole thing just lying on the ground. Probably not helping out too much, is it? Can we check the effectiveness on this sleeping spot then? Just says surgery success and android surgery success. Okay, in that case, maybe we should just build, like, a rest area rather than a full-blown hospital, because it just seems like a complete waste of time to build hospital beds like that. Let's go for just a whole bunch of, ideally, just comfortable beds. So, let's think. If we do something like that, and then put a dresser in the center there, that should be able to connect up to all of those, and then put a table. Now, we've unlocked many other furnitures from the amount of research we've been doing, so I don't know if that'll be enough to cover all of it, whether if we put it there, that will work, hopefully. So anything else? I don't really want to build a royal dresser, but I mean, if it helps out with the... if it helps out... Now, does this have to be adjacent to the head of the bed? Excuse me. No, I don't want to see wooden bed, I want to see wooden end table. Sorry, are you gonna... No? Okay, it doesn't matter too much. I wanted to check whether or not that would also add to comfort, but I imagine it won't start with the regular end tables anyway. This is just a test to see if it'll work. Oh shit, we actually built another android as well. I completely forgot that I had more androids being churned out. Maybe we can put a stop to that for the time being. I think we've got kind of enough guys to fit the bill now. Okay, what are you good at? More cooking by the looks of it. Sounds like it might be irrelevant, you know, especially if it's dropping off meals. Now knowing that too. Another cook, but I mean, one was already kind of overkill. This is too much now. Let's get you as another mining bot. No, he's terrible at mining. Okay, congratulations. You are yet another repair bot. No, he's also really bad at that. Oh, God, okay. Cremate bot. What about our other cremate bots? So they maybe... So, first cremate bot is actually good at repairing. So why don't we upgrade cremate bot to repair bot, number 4 or whatever we've got, and then turn Reese into cremation bot. Makes perfect sense. Okay, so you, my man, have just received a promotion, sort of, to repair bot number 5. It doesn't sound like it, but trust me, it definitely is. And then Reese, you are now, and plus he's like tier 1. We don't need to waste a tier 2 android doing something like cremation, which is a completely unskilled labor anyway. You are now cremation bot. Welcome aboard. Okay, so how are we doing with those wrenches that I ordered up? Did we get those finished? Potentially. I mean, I could have sworn... Yeah, I mean, we must have somewhere. Where the hell have those ended up then? Am I blind? That is the real question. Apparently so. Where have you put them, you weird man? They're gone. Woodhammer? What? Excuse me? Okay, I guess I'll reorder up those. I promise I didn't cancel them, so God knows what happened there. Maybe I just set up wood. No. Oh, I bet they smelted them. Damn it. Don't do that. Hey, stop that. Wrench? No, that's not being smelted. Destroy weapon? Ah, shit. Maybe that's it. Melee weapons, everything. Yeah, but it's non-smeltable. Oh, I guess a wooden one would be non-smeltable, huh? Okay, my bad. That's completely understandable, really. Now, in theory, these should be linked to everything. Yeah, there we go. I didn't actually think about that. So, wooden pickaxes, wrenches, whatever else would be immediately smelted down. Yeah, that's my bad. This is the type of raid we're really after right now. A group of tribespeople are attacking. This might give us chance to start moving into the mountain base. They've done a lot of good work on that. It's time that we can start at least maybe dragging some resources up there, building dedicated stockpile, start moving the floors in, start dealing with the temperature, that type of thing. Obviously not setting up as a permanent base quite yet, but at least moving some of the resources up there so we can move into it later on. Now, this raid will mostly die to the traps there. What are we looking at here? 73. Fucking hell. What is that? They bought some jade rocks. The holiest of rocks. Incredible stuff. You got some musket, flintlocks. One's even got a service rifle. It's impressive. Oh, wait, that's Francis. Don't worry. Ignore that. Okay, crossbows are probably about the most we have to worry about there. I don't know how well crossbows do against power armor. You'd assume not well. Okay, Cremation Bot does not have a draft point. Oh, he probably wouldn't because he's new. Here, come grab yourself a weapon, my man. What have we got? We got any more carbines? We do. Maybe I should give him another LMG. Again, for the whole armor penetration thing that we discussed very briefly. Might be a good idea to try and vary things somewhat. Where can we put you? Let's put you, like, behind a turret or something, I guess. Behind a spotlight, maybe. I assume you can fire over the top relatively safely. Okay, here we go. Right, everyone in position. Thank you very much. Who are we waiting on? Mining bots. Actually, we might be okay here. Oh, no, there was loads of them. Yeah, it was 71 or something like that. Right. We definitely need to... I was going to say maybe the traps will deal with it. No, not quite that many. After this raid is over as well, I'm going to take this time because we will have a lot of spare time because it's kind of a garbage tribal raid. We're not going to take too much damage or anything like that in theory. I want to make sure that everybody has what they need to be able to, like, build a bot right now. Look at him moving at an absolute bloody snail's pace. 25% efficiency on his moving. So he's essentially, I mean, he's only down to, what, like 62%? It's not bad at all. But I would like to get that upgraded because it is still going to slow us down. Imagine this is over everybody as well. It's probably quite a lot of people. Like, this guy's leg is shattered. We're missing a leg there as well. We're missing a leg there as well. Oh god, I'm sensing a theme. It's not very good. So we do need to make sure that we've got some replacements going on there. Otherwise, we're missing out on just a lot of little bonuses here. This is speed 4, by the way. This is speed 4. Not really. Yeah, it's absolutely no difference like that. Speed 1 versus speed 4. Completely, they're very, very slightly faster on speed 4. It's all the pathfinding trying to work through this ridiculous maze, and we're only going to make this worse if we build further, even more traps. Maybe it's more to do with all of the weird sort of system we've got scumming up the pathfinding with the granite chunks sort of going on and off, so they're slowing down, they're speeding up. It's probably a little bit too much for the game to handle, especially when there's 71 at once like this. Oh god, here we go. Look at that, they all just sort of, I don't know if you noticed that as well, they all sort of burst out of there like some weird fluid physics. Alright, Builderbot, if you want to actually get into a more tactical position than 60 foot away, that'd be kind of helpful. Smashing the sandbags, that's a great strategy, very bold, probably won't work. Actually, they're doing better than a lot of other raids do though, don't they? Wow. I think our turrets are actually ended up... I'm going to hold fire on these back turrets, because I think they might be causing damage to our people more than anything else, really. Like this one, I think, peppered cleaning bot. Oh, there's no battle log. Okay, we didn't need a battle log. That's okay. Or specifically, we've got a battle log, but it doesn't actually show anything useful there. Just show all, maybe? Nothing. Okay, well, we don't need that. That's all right. Oh my god, there's so many corpses to deal with, though. Shit. Well, maybe I kind of misassessed this. There's me saying, oh, we'll have plenty of time. No, we've now got to deal with 58 corpses. I'm here. Oh, prison break. Okay. Yeah, okay. So we'll just let the turrets deal with it. I was going to say, maybe they won't actually leave. Because remember that kind of happened last time? Where they were going to leave and then actually didn't. Oh, they're all shot. Okay, it doesn't matter. We didn't really need any more. Let's be honest. We don't need any more androids at this point. It's way too much. It's just unreal. Right is probably just going to bleed out at this stage. I'm not going to lose any sleep over that. We don't need anyone else. How many were you looking at right now in terms of... 18. The only reason I wanted to capture these guys, of course, they were tier 3, and I was all excited about getting tier 3 androids. But when we've got so many at this point, doesn't really make too much of a difference. It's just another android. Our armor is done. I think that might have been too much of a risky research to go for right now, especially because we can't really fund the power armor. We can build it, but I don't know if it's really necessary. One thing I want to do as well is also build some of these extremely powerful, we go craft weapons here, assault by DPS again. Ballistic combat gun, ballistic shredder seem just so good. I would really love to build some of those. Oh man, we could build a full set of marine gear now, look at that. Oh, you know what, in hindsight, we do have access to the heavy marine stuff. So that probably wasn't such a bad idea. 6 advanced components, 160 plasteel, 40 uranium. Oh, yikes. So it's ballistic combat gun, wasn't it, with the really powerful ones? So they are 75 steel, 125 plasteel, 8 components. We could build, like, 2. Well, we could build 3, but I kind of don't want to because it's, I don't know. Do I want to build that? They seem good. They seem really, really good. But I don't think firepower is the problem that we're suffering from here. Should we just build 1 and then some heavy marine armor for 0? I think that would kind of be cooler. Might be a waste of... Oh, we actually haven't got the advanced components for that. Let's build 1. Let's build 1 and give it to 0 and sort of see what it's like then for the timing. Another thing I want to do is we have loads of technology blueprints. We're looking at 7 of the damn things. Let's get 0 over here. Yeah, hey, they might count as the android medical beds. That might count as it. Syntholine components. Oh, Rimmerfella? Fine. We haven't looked at any of the Rimmerfella stuff yet, which is kind of a shame because it's apparently quite an in-depth mod. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Obviously, I want to get a more permanent base up than this. Trench warfare. A little bit late for that. You know, just a few thousand years late. Watermill generator. Completely useless on this map. Like an absolutely terrible tier research. Fire foam. That actually might not be too bad given that we almost lost the entire base. Rimmerfella again. And then we've got advanced fabrication. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. And then flak armor. So advanced fabrication obviously gives us advanced components, but among other things as well. Oh, was that all it gave us? Wow, that's a bit boring. I thought it might give us some other interesting, like, cybernetic weapons maybe in the workbench. No, just boring. Oh, there's another one there. Hang on. Space tech. This is good. High tier stuff. Advanced program is so good. Converting prisoners to randomizing android personality. So if we've got crappy androids, and people are pointing out that might be why they're social fighting so much, we've got androids that are, you know, depressive, and we've got androids that are just have negative traits that will be causing a lot of social fighting. Now, moods are high right now, luckily, but normally with all the social fighting, it's kind of a pain in the ass, right? So with that, we can, in theory, just reprogram them if they're being dicks. I mean, we could take a look at the medical tab just very briefly. I'm not saying I'm gonna, you know, redo medical bot here. I just want to take a look. Remove self-will. Excellent. What does that do? Removes any sort of freedom, emotional empathy. Oh, nice. That's what we're after. Very nice. Okay, so we've got given them a set of 3 different traits, so we just randomize it. Overclock them as well. So that is what Zero's got right now. So he's overclocked, giving him consciousness, work speed, mental break. That would be good if their other trait... I think overclocking in combination with removing the self-will could be incredible. That could be very, very high tier. We've got convert basic android. That's, as it says there, it will, we can immediately convert, say, I don't know if that'll work on this guy. Convert advanced android to repair kits and immediately get this guy into our service. That's kind of cool. Fits the whole assimilation thing, right? Maybe this is something you want to go for. Maybe we want to start assimilating some of these guys. Who's like the worst ones in terms of mood? So let's go through, see if we've got people like nervous. That's top tier for the reprogramming. Sanguine, absolutely not. I'm looking for anybody like nervous, depressive. To be honest, even traits like Zero have that increase the mental break. Those are the guys we want to affect here. So I guess we'll hit you with a... What tier are you as well? Tier 2? I wonder if it'll affect their work speed. Why don't we test it on this guy, because he's only smelt bot at the end of the day. Remove self-will. So we need crafting 12, intellectual 8. Oh, wow. I don't think we've got anybody capable of doing that, have we? No, we don't. Okay, forget I fucking said anything. Crafting 12, intellectual 8. We're close to 6 and 8. That's the closest we are. Oh, god damn, really? Well, that's no use then. Okay, forget I said anything. We can't do it. Like, we're not going to be able to do it for a long, long time unless we have one of these robots doing the research, like taking over from Zero for a long time. But I don't really feel like that's... Oh, wow, we're getting really close with this. I don't think that's really in the spirit of things, is it? Right, let's shrink these farms down, because we've got, like, a mountain of meat. Meat is the last thing we need, and that's what lentils count as, by the way. So let's shrink those down a little bit. How are we looking with that? Like, we actually, ironically enough, need more corn or rice, the really basic stuff here. And then we've got 2 androids just flailing around in our freezer, which is kind of exactly where I expected us to be at this stage. Go and rescue them, for God's sake. That's just sad to watch. Oh, I think we're finally getting to the stage now where we can focus on those crazy big expansions. Look, everybody's in a pretty decent mood besides Builder Bot 2, who's apparently being a bitch. Why? Observe Rotting Corpse ×5. Oh, probably because he's doing all the cremation. That's understandable, really. But look at that, though. Out of all of those corpses, we had that massive raid, followed by the massive tribal raid as well. 4 corpses left out the whole thing. The kill box is rebuilt. Everything's repaired. Like, look at the repair work on these walls. Everything's up to full health. Granted, we're missing a component with that one, which I wish someone would bloody... Hey, do you want to get on with that? Thank you. Besides that, though, we're through all the weapons, we're through all the corpses. Like, this is a really good balance we've got going right now. Obviously, as the waves ramp up, we're going to fall behind again. But as it stands, we're ahead of the game. So I think this is where we really want to focus on, moving into the mountain base. So that operation is now, I think, fully ahead. I did want to test it just between last raid and this raid, see how we handled things. I think we handled things well. So I've queued up all of these chunks to be shifted out of the cave. I might set it to urgently, but we'll wait for the next wave out of the way first. We'll wait for the rebuild after that. We'll wait for all the turrets to be rearmed, whatever else. Then we'll start getting all of those chunks moved, start moving the stockpile up to there, maybe start reinstalling the lab into there as well. Oh yeah, I've also queued up some hydraulic legs so that we can start rebuilding our robots, which is another big job that I want to get done, especially now that a lot of these guys are not going to have any jobs left. Look at that, with the last raid turning up, we've finally just gotten ahead of the game. Very nice. Who are we up against then? A siege, pirates from the deep shooters. We are looking at only 39 of them, but it is a siege after all. So let's get 0 if we can as soon as possible. Good intellectual, good shooting on the mortar. And let's give them hell. Let's try and get them over here as soon as we bloody can, because they are probably going to be way more accurate than we are. Where are they sieging from? I would assume somewhere around there. There we go. Aim for that area? Oh man, I'm not sure. Do we aim for the artillery or do we aim for the people? I just aim for the people. Fuck it. Go for it. Knock them dead. I believe in you, 0. Good shot. That's one down. Okay, hurry up with this shooting there, my boy. If we aim for the artillery, though, there's always guaranteed going to be someone manning it, in theory, right? So it should be an easy shot. Nice, there we go. They're assaulting the colony. Well done. I was kind of hoping they could build up that other artillery so that we could potentially claim it ourselves. Doesn't really matter. They're up against 35. That seems like a fairly, I'm not going to say safe raid, but it's pretty safe compared to some of the other pirate raids we've had recently. Okay, this is probably going to be quite easy, I think, given that there's only 26 of them left, and tier 3 android revenge. Oh god, Cole is being attacked. Oh wow. Okay, there we go. They're immediately fleeing. That was quite an easy raid. Set something on fire there. Doesn't really matter too much, right? Let them run. Let them run. Get that fire out. Get everything back together. Start rebuilding, and then we'll start moving into our mountain base as well. Oh, there could be some brains here. What are we looking at? 3 hours, 5... Fuck it. I mean, let's take them. Let's strip them first, obviously. And then we'll see what we can get off of them here. So strip, and then strip that guy. Builder bot, capture, and then repair bot. If you could capture Kiriko. Oh, there's another one there as well. Shit. Okay. Great news. Crafting bot, capture Hanson as well. 3 more brains for the brain farm. As far as I'm concerned, the rebuild is basically done then. All the doors are back up, the traps are together. Let's move on to Operation at this stage. We're going to try and reinstall all of the missing limbs people have got here, any sort of extra legs. Oh man, Builderbot, you're very useful. I'm going to give you a hydraulic leg then, so that is in your right leg. You take that one. You're missing a leg and a hand. Oh god. Okay, so you need a right leg, and then if we got a spare arm, we've got mining shoulder, but this is a Builderbot, so ideally, we do have basic replacement arm. Obviously, we queued up quite a lot, so that can go in your left shoulder. Just want to double check everything. I've done that so many times. I've reinstalled people's limbs when they didn't need it. Repairbot needs a new arm in his left shoulder, so absolutely more than happy to do that. You're fine. Left foot is shattered, so you can have a new hydraulic leg. You just need a new leg, full stop. Man, there's so many leg demand in this colony. My god, what's going on here? Right foot shattered, so we'll give you, you also could do with the arm? Oh, it's just cracked with a minigun. No, you're fine. Right foot shattered, so we need a new hydraulic. This might not be enough legs, to be honest with you. Might have to queue up a whole bunch more as well, but it's a great start, if nothing else. That's the 95% efficient one. That's the best we can do. Right leg shattered, so you need a new hydraulic leg. Left leg shattered. This is unreal. This is too much. This is way too much. Right leg also shattered there. I don't know if anyone's keeping count, but that's about 15. Okay, right, so we need to queue up some more legs, definitely, at this stage. Even just as another backup thing. Hydraulic frame, what does that do? Hello. Carry capacity plus 50. Oh, cool. Oh, it's moving minus 25%. Nah, you're okay then. Okay, hydraulic legs. Give me some more arms as well. Actually, let's work on the legs first, because those are a bit more essential. Given that we've got so many. Not that they're any more important than needing arms, but we've got so many bloody spare, or we've got so much demand for leg here. What are you doing? Relaxing socially in the workroom. You're a weird man. 874 is here, but luckily we actually got a good amount of the surgeries done. We're waiting on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 5 more surgeries, 6 more surgeries, 7 more surgeries. I think, look, we got half of them done. That's the important thing right now. Couple failed catastrophically, 1 failed ridiculously, which I think is the worst that you can get. Besides that, though, things are going pretty good. Builderbot was just about to get his next surgery there. What are we up against? I didn't even assess it this time. Where are we looking then? Oh, yikes, that seems pretty powerful. Look at all that power armor they've got. They've got many, many explosive weapons, too. Wow, okay, this could be a concern. We are looking at Doomsday rocket launchers, regular rocket launchers, triple rocket launchers. Oh, this seems fun. Yeah, okay. Send them in. They're all going to be hopped up on Go Juice and Yayo as well, making them even harder to take down, higher pain threshold, whatever else. Are all our guys in position? They're getting there, but they were just hauling all the blocks out, ready for setting up the next base, so they've all been kind of busy in there too. Repairs are done, everything's ready to go, besides apparently this fucking wild man set off my traps again, and we just reset the trap around him. That's incredible. We laid him as bait. Okay, guns to the ready, boys. How are we doing with that, ballistic combat gun? Still 950 work left. My god, those things take a lot of work. But to be fair, given the DPS and the actual cost of them, these look like they could be just endgame weaponry. So, bear that in mind as we spend the next 8 episodes crafting a single gun. Another thing I want to do for the next raid, just before these guys get here, I'm going to plan this out. I want to start working on biofuel refineries, specifically so that we can begin the construction of flame turrets. I think flame turrets would be an absolute benefit to the colony at this point. I think we would really, really have a lot of tactical advantage. With all of the enemies being on fire, they can't really shoot back, which means less time spent, you know, repairing, less time spent producing replacement arms, installing replacement arms, failing to install replacement arms, and then installing replacement arms again, and then also feet as well because they fucked it up that bad. I mean, it's just going to help out so much. I mean that, and I mean the amount of damage they can lay down, the fact that we can take prisoners easier, burns don't generally go all the way to the brain. There's just so many other benefits to it. Obviously, it'll be a little bit to set up. They generally tend to be extremely OP as well. Not extremely OP in the... I mean, they're just very powerful, not necessarily overpowered as in they'll break the balance, but they're very, very powerful compared to the turrets we've got. And honestly, we've had no good turret research for as long as I can remember. I mean, we are still, even now, stuck on the same security tab that we've essentially had the whole game. Sure, we've got, like, barbed wire and trenches. Great, that would have been useful. What year is it? 5002. That would have been useful, like, many hundreds of years ago. I'm not doing the maths on that. We do have, IEDs with anti-grain warheads. Can you set that up from a distance, then trigger it with a switch? Because I think that would be a complete waste to, you know, maybe lay one of those and only have tribal raiders turn up or something like that. I don't know. We won't worry about that. That's not relevant at all. Okay, here they come. How many survived all of that ordeal? 32. Oh my god, look. Oh, damn, I thought you had one of those really powerful cybernetic weapons. No, just a sniper rifle. Okay, Doomsday rocket launcher, triple rocket launcher, regular rocket launcher man have survived, so take this with extreme care. The second I see the rocket launcher, fellas, we are going to be focusing on those. There's one. Careful. Okay, give me those guns. Attack. Is it him? No, it's not. Attack him. Yes, there he goes. Okay, attack him. Take him down. Bring him down, Legolas. There we go. Nice work. Okay, where's the guy with the Doomsday rocket launcher? He's in here somewhere. Where be you? I must be blind because I can't see him. Somewhere around here? Downed? No? Oh, God, he must be somewhere in this mixture. He's actually not. Okay. Is he still... Oh, he's there. He's there. Okay. They might start flaming before he actually gets into position, but just in case, give me these guys. Oh, they are doing a significant amount of damage to our guys. Okay, he's flaying. Wow, that was a bit of a mess. Okay, not too bad overall, though. Could have been a lot worse. Considering, again, Doomsday rocket launcher doesn't really make for a healthy colony, does it? Back to work, everyone. Okay, not too bad. Alright, here we go. So we can make chem fuel from organics. I mean, we do have a lot of that shit. Make chem fuel from wood. There's no reason we couldn't go out there and get a load of wood, because there's a shitload before the kill box here. So, I mean, that wouldn't take 30 seconds, I think, to harvest up enough wood to get a couple of flame turrets. I might do that. Now, plant cut should still be a top priority here as well for absolutely everyone. Just going to make sure that's still the case. Okay, in that case, let's get whatever we can with this, and we'll get as much chem fuel as possible, and we'll build as many flame turrets as we can manage. 700 wood. Okay, I'm going to give it a go. And how much chem fuel does that produce? 350. That gives us the ability to make how many turrets is the real question. Security, turrets, we got 350, 75 per go. That means we can build 4 turrets. Okay, good. It's not bad. It's certainly not bad at all. I might even move the catapult. I mean, we could probably move it back and still be fine. We want to put them in strategic areas. So, places where they're not going to immediately get shot. I'm thinking we line this wall with them. To be honest, let's think about this a bit more sensibly. Let's dig this area out. Replace it with embrasures. Put the turrets down there. That way, if they blow up, they're not going to kill all our people. Which is very, very likely. In fact, let's not do that because it'll make it too easy for sappers. We want them to be close, but not super close. There we go. Don't even need to worry about sandbags or anything. But, well, I suppose we could still. There's no harm in that. It does defend the turret somewhat. There we go. And let's also dig out this back wall slightly a little bit more as well. So that's going to give us room for the turrets and for cabling and to obviously get behind them. I think that's the safest bet, because these things are obviously very flammable. Bear in mind, they're full of fuel. Fuel tends to be flammable, hence why it's fuel. Now, if that catches our people, that would just set off a chain reaction or blow up all of our turrets. That could end up killing the colony. We've seen it happen before. Not specifically killing the colony, but these things really being quite explosive when they go off. So, I'm taking all precautions here. Worst case scenario is going to scorch a little bit of granite in the mountain, or whatever the hell this is, marble. Not really a big deal at that stage. And with this is the final part of the initial mountain base dugout. Very, very nice. Honestly, I don't really mind too much about calling this thing to try and prevent, you know, infestations, whatever. If they do come through, we've got them on this massive choke point, so we should be fine if it does end up being an infestation here. Cool. There it is. Very nice. So, obviously, we've got to start moving some of that stuff over very, very shortly. But for the time being, I do want to focus on security a bit more so that we are going to have that advantage, you know, so that it is going to be able to buy us slightly more time for the future. We've got a whole lot of blocks out there as well, which is obviously what they're working on right now. Well, you're not mining that. Oh, I know why. Because it's not within the home area, is it? That makes a lot of sense. No, it definitely is. Okay, why aren't you mining that then? It's probably the real... No, oh, the ballista takes up... You know what, ballista? You've had your day. You're going. I mean, I like it. It's really funny, but it doesn't really... It's just certainly not as effective as using actual guns and aimable bullets. It is just essentially firing random sort of artillery in a vague area. So we're going to be taking that one apart. The inferior siege weapon. Maybe build a catapult later on, but for the time being, I think this is sufficient. Maybe we should hold those doors open for a minute. Actually, no, the raid's open in 3 hours. So we'll see that raid through and then hopefully get some turrets built before the end of today so that tomorrow we've got all the advantage we could ever hope for. Androids. Okay, not too bad then. They have never turned up with rocket launchers. It looks like that's still the case. Couple of tier 4 androids there. These, like I said, these raiders always tend to be much smaller. The higher tier androids count for more points, etc. That's looking okay. Sort of a lot of tier 2 androids that have turned up this time, which is kind of frustrating. Okay, defensive positions, team. Let's take them down. 31 survivors. Not too bad. Not as good as I was hoping, though, but it's not a terrible turnaround. This should be fairly straightforward. I love that they always turn up really unarmored as well. Most days they ever turn up with, like, flak jackets and the occasional apron. So, nothing to worry about there. We'll let the other guys flee for a little bit. That was a very, very safe raid. My God. I always say that the tribal raiders are the easiest, but you know what? I think the androids might be the safest raiders to go for. They leave behind the most corpses as well, which I quite like. So, flame turrets. Look at that. We've already got... I've actually changed the build around somewhat so that it's just... rather than making a huge amount of bulk, so we've waited a long time to get 700 wood, might take too long, rather just build whatever turrets we can as early as possible to give us the most advantage. So, let's actually, what can we build these out of? Like plasteel? Honestly, uranium turrets. We haven't had anything to build uranium with so far. And that would give it a hell of a lot of durability, 150 per turret. Let's put down 1 uranium flame turret. I think that's an okay start. They should be able to hit the enemies there, right? I don't see why they wouldn't be able to. Let's put it there. Okay, 1 uranium flame turret, and then we'll build the rest out of, like, steel, the sort of standard more turrets. Put that down... Put that down there. There we go. So we've got 3 of them. Each are definitely within the radius. I'm just going to send it at a kind of a weird angle. It should be fine, right? I guess railguns are being researched. Yeah, me too. Okay, that's fine. Adapt spacecraft weaponry as part of your defensive systems. Sure, railguns sound pretty fun. I mean, we haven't really got the resources for it yet. Bear in mind, we've still got no advanced components. We could craft some up, I guess. But I want to wait for that other gun to finish first, see if that's any use. Speaking of which, how's that coming along? 624. We might see it by the end of maybe next week. Oh, damn, is that enough for all 3 turrets? Oh, nice work. Okay, there we go. There was a lot more wood in that forest than I expected then. Look at this. There we go. Okay, these are kind of the big guns to some extent, and that's just within range. Very nice. These things can really lay down the fire. Now, it's no coincidence that we've also got bridges right in front of that, too. That's really, really nice, because that means that we've got we've got a very flammable surface there as well. Granted, we're probably going to be rebuilding that every 30 seconds. But at the end of the day, it's going to lay down so much fire, both literally and metaphorically. It should save us on so much other effort in terms of the raids, because it'll stop our turrets ripping apart all the other walls. The walls below the walls when the first walls are ripped apart. Stone doesn't burn last time I checked, so I think this will actually kind of help out, weirdly enough, with repairs. Railgun is done. Very nice. We also got some cargo pods there as well, which are complete crap. Don't worry about it. Kind of overran a little bit today, but I think the results speak for themselves, right? Look at the amount of colonists we've got right now. Everybody's got decent equipment. For this guy's wearing his creepy hat, but besides that, everybody's got some degree of power armor, plate armor, flak jackets, whatever else. We've got this area all hollowed out. We've started to move a lot of the rocks. There's actually a good amount of rocks already dealt with in there, despite the fact that I haven't set to haul urgently, just regular haul. So this is very, very nice. We are staying ahead of the repair schedule. I mean, the walls are still flawless from the last raid. 14 hours left. No corpses left. We're getting through a lot of the guns as well. In fact, I need to start smelting the next tier of guns, like PDWs maybe next. What have we got? Like loads of sniper rifles, assault rifles. We don't want any of this shit. Melt all that down. We've got another spare minigun there. This is nice. This has worked out really, really well. Oh, there's also some tech. Should we crack open the tech before we end this episode then? Open it with some very fancy loot boxes. We've got some spacer tech. Glitternet processors, very nice. Might be not relevant till our next base. And then scientist cabinet's very big. It's like a 25% work speed bonus. And then ground penetrating scanner, so we can actually do some deep drilling if we need it. We've got a pretty good amount of resources right now. 3,300 steel. We've got 685, obviously, plasteel there. Good amount of components. Actually, do we have any components left? Oh my god, we're out. Excuse me, Chief. What's going on with that, huh? Oh, he's working on it now. Thank you, Medical Bot. Appreciate you. How's that gun coming along? 624. Yeah, it's going to take a bloody long time. Hey, this is a great place to leave it. Not leaving myself on a raid for tomorrow. I'm going to thank myself, I think. Great work. Well done, team. And this is good, because it means next episode we can really start moving on to the base transfer. We got all their legs rebuilt as well. Like, we did the whole, actual people rebuild rather than just race rebuild. God, that's wrong. Don't say that one. Thank you to the insane top tier level patrons for making this series possible in the first place. Those people are Alchemia, Anthony Gully, Suna Kurito, Moses, Average Gamer 419, Bacon Kitten, Ben Hoffland, Chesty, Croesus, Donald, Doolin of Gondolin, Facunda Vasquez, Frederick, Gogula, Sarik, Harry McGowan, Iguana Squad, James Shea, Jonah Waters, Justin Wallace, Caden Carter, Michael Mullen, Muskratful, Norstress, Necrofelon, Pelvis Presley, Rodin, Scott, Skaz, Smegmastain, Somnus, Shay, Teabag Cruz, Tom Terry 18, The One Ring, Tyler Kendall, Tyler McClam, Vacuous Bacchus, Varagon, William Green, and Zazzy7011. Thank you all for your support in the Insane Tier Lovers on Patreon. Thanks for making the channel possible. Much appreciated. And a thank you as well has to go out to... I'm going to catch my breath a bit here. I've been recording for like fucking 4 hours or something like that. Thank you to Ubu Daddy, Asro, Ann Person, Andrew Walsh, Andrew Wilson, Anka, Attila, Austin Taylor, Betterman Max, Better Valerian, Black Double H, Blood for the Blood God, Boyne Gun, Chris, Corgi Circus, Dapper Go, David Van Diepen, Daniel Pete, Don, Don217, Emerald Beam, Foosh, Gabriel Van Ders, Gaz, Genji Circa, Gotham O'Grey, Haji Dumar, Iron Sagater, Icy the Great, Jackson P, Jay Lera, Jacob Wolfie, Jason Sushu, Jose, Jeebus Crust, Joran DeVries, Jessica Smith, Job's Lucky Sister, Jilly Vondel, Joseph Beer, Justin Plock, Justin Rules, Justin Walters, Lepus, Llewellyn Thomas, Luke Wallace, Manuel Bosic, Mastolp, Monty, Mosi Sampson, My Name Isn't Dio, Nathan Flores, Nathaniel Lindbergh, Nick, Noah Gallimore, Organised Confusion, Pantamu, Pantapel, Peyton Denisar, Russian Oligarch Billionaire, Brian Hooper, Sam Keir, Shardul, Shari, Smirtworm, Smooth Octopus, Socrates, Super Nanny 089, Sweet Sea, Tilar, Voodoo Mumbo, Boy Prince Cubo, Will Wade, Wilson Atef, Wolfie, Yellow4, Yorkus, Zach, Zetlock, and Zico2. Thank you guys all for your support. See you all tomorrow for a fresh helping of a new Android base, in theory. That'll be fun.